a taste test. I think it's lovely. It looks rich, it's creamy. They just want to sound more Greek, so they kind of changed their names. It has a bit of like a bad milk taste. You know what? Now I don't even know why I like that. There could be trouble here. Welcome to my big fat Greek yogurt party. Most of us eat Greek yogurt. For many people that are interested in health and fitness, Greek yogurt has just become a staple that we cannot do without. And why is that? Well, because it's high in protein, it's low in fat, it's filling, it's really just wonderful. In 1998, Fage, F-A-G-E, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, were the first ones to introduce yogurt to the US. But it really wasn't until 2003 when Chobani came on the scene and introduced their Greek yogurt that things really started heating up. When I was a lot younger and I would do cooking classes, a lot of recipes called for Greek yogurt and there was no such thing. And what we used to have to do is take a paper coffee filter and actually strain down regular yogurt. And that is what makes Greek yogurt so thick, is the straining. They strain the yogurt 2 or 3 times, taking out the moisture and taking out the whey. This really is fabulous, especially for people that are lactose intolerant. Many people can tolerate Greek yogurt better than regular yogurt, even if it's not lactose free. The fact that the lactose is out also means the sugar is lower. So protein is high, sugar is low, and that is really something that we're all very interested in. Most of these clock in at about the same 100 calories per 175 grams or 3/4 of a cup. Most of them have around 17 grams of protein, give or take, and most of them are around 6 grams of sugar. I'll sort of point out the highlights as I go along, but I'm gonna taste test and I'm gonna just take a quick taste of all of them and I'm gonna talk about, or I'm gonna judge them based on their consistency, their taste, chalkiness. That's something that several people complain about with Greek yogurt, is they feel that it tastes chalky, all right? And unfortunately, Fage, which was the introductory one that came to North America, we don't have it in Canada. But I am gonna talk about that a little bit later because I'm very familiar with it. When we go to the Bahamas, we have Fage all the time. So I'm gonna start right now with the oikos, and it has a really nice texture. And also, you know how sometimes they're really watery on the top? No, this looks very good. Quite tangy. So this is one of the ones, if you're not really a huge fan of yogurt, it's a definite yogurt taste for sure. But very nice consistency and I really quite like it. Oh, I didn't rate it! What the heck? Thank you for my cameraman for that one. All right, you know what? Off the bat, I'm gonna give this an 8. Yay. I think it's lovely. It looks rich, it's creamy, it looks beautiful, and it tastes great. And I like the tang. I do like that yogurty taste. Here we are with, this is Walmart's own brand. Price differential, some of the big names all about the same. Here you're saving probably $2 by buying the Costco brand, excuse me, the Walmart brand. We are gonna get to the Costco brand down the way here. All right, so this one looks, you know what? It also looks very creamy. It looks nice and thick. Oh, okay, so there's a bit of a zing there that is a different kind of a zing that I don't like as much. And I've never actually compared these before head to head. So I'm gonna put this one down to maybe a 6. The texture is great, consistency great. Has a little bit of a sourness and not really a delightful sourness. This is the first one that we have that is organic. This is organic meadow. And ooh, this looks like really nice and thick and kind of almost like sour cream. Not as thick as the oikos. Very nice taste, more subtle than this. I still like the texture more on the oikos. This is very kind of middle of the road. Was not as tart as this one, not as creamy as this one, much more expensive. I'm gonna give this one probably about 6.5. Let's go on to the Liberté. Generally for me, the Liberté, the Oikos are probably the two that I buy quite often. They're in the stores. And, oh, I just realized, you know what? I'm using the same spoon. I'm not gonna tell Will that because he comes over a lot and he starts eating the Greek yogurt. I'm not gonna mention that. So, this one not as thick as the Oikos. No, you know what? I've never done these head to head, and I'm gonna tell you that Oikos is actually a lot nicer than this one. And in fact, I think this one maybe tied with the No Name from Walmart, which I think was a 6.5. So anyway, that's okay for the Liberté. Okay, so here we go. This would be the number one in the States, the Chobani. Chobani, in the ratings that I looked at, it's either Chobani or the Faya keeps coming up on top. And they really were the name of the game at the beginning. And a lot of times people have come along after the fact and they just want to sound more Greek. So they kind of change their name. So you see lots of different ones that are out there trying to sound more Greek. But you know what? It's all the same. So let's try the Chobani. This is another one that we eat a lot of times in the Bahamas. Not as readily available here in the Toronto area. Okay. Not as creamy. Again, I'm going back to the Oikos, not as creamy. Frankly, not as creamy as any of them, but a different kind of texture. This one is the only one too that has quite a bit of liquid on the top and quite jiggly. And you know, one of the things that really is great about Greek yogurt is that you can use it for so many things, especially dips. If you haven't watched my dips video, watch that. And this one I would say almost needs to be strained again comparatively to these other ones. So far, I'm gonna give the Chobani like a 5. I think it's not up there in the rankings of my other ones. Now this is an interesting one, which I bought at Whole Foods. So you know that it was expensive. They kept saying, taste the difference. So this is grass-fed Greek yogurt, Rolling Meadows. Very nice, thick texture. And we're gonna see if I can taste the difference. It is thick, very thick. But you know what, this one right off the bat, so these ones were about $6.99. I think this one, which is only 500 grams, was $7.99. It's very good. I don't know if I can taste the grass difference, but it does have a very lovely flavor. I really like it. Texture is really nice. Has still that yogurty taste, but not overwhelming, not like really tart like the Walmart one. And that's something that, just now that I'll mention that, because when I have the Faya, when we're away, the one thing that I find about the Faya is, to me, it doesn't have that yogurt twang. So if you don't like the taste of yogurt because you think it tastes sour, you think it tastes kind of weird, then you know the Faya might be for you, because the thickness, there is nothing out there that's thicker than that Faya yogurt. So if you're gonna use that for a dip and you want the other flavors to shine through, I also use Greek yogurt when I make mashed potatoes because, you know, we don't really use butter or cream or anything around here. So I put the Greek yogurt in, and the Faya would be fabulous for that because you're really not even getting the yogurt taste, in my opinion. Okay, so let's move on. Now, this one technically, this Siggy's technically is not Greek yogurt. It's from Iceland. But you know what? It's only around 3,000 kilometers away or 4,000 kilometers away. So kind of neighbors. And the claim to fame with the Icelandic yogurt is the low sugar. Of the whack of them, this has the highest protein at 19 grams. And it has the lowest sugar at only 4 grams. But it also has tiny bit more calories at 110. So, you know, but this Icelandic yogurt is often promoted because of the low sugar. So I just decided to let this one in because it is also very popular and a popular one in the States as well. So, oh, you see, it is thick. I think that almost we could do one of Greg Doucette's ice cream challenges, but I'm not gonna do that because I just washed my hair and I have a feeling it could be an epic fail. So let's try this one. Oh, it's really good. I really like this. I don't like sweet, and not that I have found, none of them are sweet. This is, again, consistency, really great. I don't find, a lot of people complain about chalkiness with Greek yogurt. I don't find that, but this is, almost has just a kind of a lightness to it. Although it's thick, so I don't even know how I can tell you that it has a lightness to it. But it is really very lovely, kind of a bit, almost, I want to say lemony in a good way. If that sounds, I know that sounds kind of weird, but I do like this. Oh, did I miss making, I might have missed. Okay, I know I gave the Chobani a rating, and I did say, and I really like this, and I'm gonna say that I'm gonna give this one an 8. That one, because I really quite liked it. This, I really love as well. And I'm gonna also give this one an 8, for sure. All right, so let's move on to this one. I couldn't find a bigger one, and I don't even know how to say this, and believe me, this is definitely Greek to me. So Skotidakis. It certainly looks very Greek. I think it's made in Canada, but it looks very Greek. We buy this brand of tzatziki, so that's how Greek they are. Okay, again, kind of lots of water on the top of this one. Okay. That's got the yogurt tang. Now, I actually like the yogurt tang. Some of you may not like the yogurt tang. But I think a little bit overwhelming. So this one, I'm gonna say maybe a 5, because it's not getting into my top. Now, this Riviera, the thing with this Riviera, this is a new brand around here. I'm not sure if you guys get this or not, but this one has the lowest calories. So this one is 90 calories, whereas basically all of the other ones are 100 calories. And I might have mentioned that the Chobani was the lowest protein, just by 1. So you know what, I mean, I don't want to split hairs, but yeah, that was at 16. So this one has the lowest calories at 90, and the other items, the other things are the same. Looks kind of even whiter. This one and the oikos seem to be the whitest, but this one is going to be a new one for me. No, it's not good. This might be the first and last one on this. It has a bit of like a bad milk taste. Yeah. I'm sure the due date was good, because I do check due dates very diligently. This one has a very flat type of not niceness to it. So I'm gonna give this one maybe a 3.5. So that's really kind of at the bottom of the barrel. Probably the one that I buy the most because it's the most accessible and I'm always at Costco is this one. By far the least expensive, but don't forget they kind of freak you out because they cheat you. This is only 650 grams and all the other ones have 750. And you buy 3 of these for $10.99. So, you know, and if you saw my cheat video and you saw the way that Will scarfed back that donut, well, you should see the way he scarfs back this. So these for Will, this is like for Will this. So I keep a lot of these in the house because he just eats this like on his way through. So again, this one more liquidy than the others, not as thick as the oikos, not as thick as this Greek or the meadow. This other lovely, the Siggy's for sure, and this one I'm just used to. I'm used to it, but you know what? It is very sour. It's very yogurty. So if you're really not a huge yogurt fan, this might not be the one for you. So I'm gonna give this, even though I eat this like every single day almost, I'm gonna give this one probably 6.5. And so what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to take my top 3. I'm gonna need some help from my cameraman to let me remember which my top 3 were, but I'm pretty sure it was my oikos, and I'm pretty sure it was my siggies, and I think it was possibly this grass-fed one. Might have been my top 3. And what I was gonna do then is I was gonna blindfold myself, and I will then see who is gonna be crowned the Greek god of yogurt. Okay, I remember that one. It's quite tangy. It's very nice. Quite lovely. I like it. Okay. Oh, better. Okay, so I already like this one. Better. Not as tangy, not as sour as the first one, so I like the second one. Okay. Okay, so you know what? Now I don't even know why I like that third one the best. Okay, for sure, without hesitation, whichever one you gave me second, I like the best. That would be number 1. The first one you gave me is number 2, and the last one you gave me is number 3.
So Siggy's is the winner.
Oh, there could be trouble here. How can the Icelandic yogurt win the Greek yogurt challenge? I don't know. Is there gonna be a riot? Is there gonna be a riot in Greece because all of a sudden Siggy's is taken over from Greece? And what came second?
Oikos.
Oikos is second. You know what? Oikos is very good, but this was, you know, well, maybe the whole fact is that this one tastes less yogurty in the sourness level. But you know what? They were all good. I would have to say that they were all good. The only one I really did not really care for was this Riviera. Otherwise, and even I gave the Kirkland really not a great review, and yet I can't wait to get home from Orange Theory every day to eat it. So it's only kind of side by side with everything. And you know what? Let me know down in the comments which one you eat. Maybe you've got a lot of different brands where you are than what we have. But I'm gonna keep eating Greek yogurt, and I hope that you're gonna keep eating Greek yogurt because it's all keeping all of us healthy and full and having our protein and being all anabolic and all of those good things. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Please give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.